Yo boys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making a beat in the style of Lancey, Fimiguerrero Len. They just dropped their new album Conglomerate, really putting on for the UK underground scene. You've seen the title, so you know what we're getting into. Let's go make a beat for them. To start with, I've just pulled up this falling in reverse sound in Serum. We're in F sharp minor, and I'm just going to kind of lay out kind of bass progression. Even though this isn't a bass, I'm going to just get the main sort of vibe for it. Velocity down a little bit. Now, after listening to that album, there's a lot of jerk inspired beats, especially in songs like this one. I get a wet from India, text my man on WhatsApp. I need a girlfriend. And this one. She treat the sex like heroin. And what you'll notice in these beats is that they will use a snare rather than a kick, but keep the sort of kick pattern. It's probably easier if I just go ahead and show you. All I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing the snare on the kick patterns, if that makes sense. So a kick would kind of go bang, bang, bang in a jerk beat. So to make it make sense, we kind of need a bass. So I'm going to go jump in, grab a bass. Got this bass once again from Serum, which is super good for these type of beats. It's called bass sub disc, whatever the fuck you want to call that. I'm kind of follow the snares as they're supposed to kind of be kicks. So I'm going to just go. With these type of beats, you really want to have fun with it. Go ahead, add some high notes in the bass. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Add a little bit of sauce. Might even create a bit of a bounce here. Okay, so after messing around for a bit, I've come up with this bass pattern. Now this isn't going to be the same pattern throughout the whole beat. I will be switching it up a bit because this can get quite repetitive. But I'm liking what we've got for now. I'm also just going to drag in a kick. Now kicks aren't used too often in this beat, but I'm going to just put one at the start of every 2 bars to make sort of an accent when it rolls in, if that makes sense. Once you hear it, once again, it'll make more sense. So I'm just going to go put it on C5, turn it all the way up, bang, there we go. I've got the drums sorted for now, as you can hear. And that one simple layer melody which we have at the start, so I'm going to go ahead, flesh that out right now, add some chords. I pulled up this Analog Lab preset and we're going to keep things super simple with the melody. We're in F sharp, so I'm going to just go to F sharp and start with that as our bass note. Create a simple triad, and I'm going to try to pitch this middle note up, see how that sounds. Now for this last chord, I'm going to just do a little octave and then maybe add like a D sharp in there. I might even keep it C. That sounds good. I'm going to add a little passing note on this last chord as well, so I'm going to go down 1/2 step. So going from here to here kind of gives it that dark sound, which can be heard in a lot of the Lancey and Fimiguerrero beats, so I like that. I'm going to also fill out some of this high end. We'll just do, once again, following the root note, F sharp, F sharp. I'm going to go up, I'm going to go to A probably. I actually pitch this down an octave. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna add some effects. I'm gonna start with an EQ, take out all of these lows. Now I'm gonna pull up this Moog Fuga Murph plugin, which I've been using a lot recently. Don't really know what it does, to be honest, but there's this one preset called Equalizer, which kind of just makes a melody pop, kind of does some crazy shit to it. So I'll turn that on as well. Off. I feel like it just kind of saturates it more. Then I'm also just gonna add in this kickstart, give it a bit more bounce. So with the effects off, this is how it sounds. If I turn the effects on, super subtle, but it just kind of makes it make a bit more sense within the melody, gives it a bit more bounce as well. Now I want to add some top notes, like another little melody to have in the background. I've pulled up the sound from Serum, it's called Space Batch. Just going to create a simple melody with this. So it's hard to explain, but you want a lot to be going on. You want the melody to sound full, but you also don't want to just fucking be clicking notes everywhere like that, because that sounds trash. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a lot of the same notes. We're going to stick with this F sharp. Then these half steps can sound super nice and dark, which works really well for these beats. So I'm going to actually just do this, copy it over, create a bit of variation here, bring that down, bring it across so it's sort of like flam, so it sounds like this. We'll bring the velocity down as well, because we really want this to be sort of more in the background. Copy this over. Yeah, so I'm liking that. It's sounding good, but there's a little too much high end in this, so let's go add some effects once again. First thing you want to always do, pull up an EQ, and take out some of those lows so it's not clashing. Also went ahead, pulled up a Valhalla shifter. I'm gonna just turn it up to like 64, keep everything else the same. Then this plugin called Wider, which kind of just puts stuff out wide, I guess, makes it sound a bit further in the back. Anyway, so with those effects, this is how it's sounding. Pretty cold, pretty cold. I kind of feel like a lot of the beats in Conglomerate had that sort of high-end distorted bass. So what I'm going to do, I've kind of got a plan for what I want to do. I'm going to take the same bass sound that we have from Serum here, which is this one. I'm going to take the same bass sound, I'm going to clone it. Now we've got Serum 3. You see it's just that high bass. So what I did is I added this decapitator on the bad old radio preset. So with it off, it sounds like this. So you hear it sounds the same. These are the same, these two basses. But with this decapitator on, I'm going to add an EQ as well. Just take out the low so it doesn't clash with the other bass. Another simple EQ and another EQ just to be sure. So now I've got that sort of high-end sound in the bass as well, which helps pull the beat together. And one thing I want to do to spice up this melody is I want to try and add some Vox sounds. For example, they do it in ankle lock, they got that whoa sort of sound, and a couple other tracks on the album, if I can find them I'll insert them here, where they use sort of Vox effects in the beats. So I'm going to just look through some of my packs and see what I can find. Whoa, I'm just going through Max Shooter's kit. I found this crazy perk loop. What the hell? Let me just stretch it to 4 bars. I feel like this is gonna be fire, bro. What? Oh, bro, I don't even need to add anything to this. This is crazy. Right, so I just chopped this a little bit here. I feel like it sort of helps with the bounce, but bro, this percussion loop is fire. I'm gonna keep looking through some more stuff, some more of my kits for some boxes as well. Shout out to Max Shooter though. That perk loop, crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can use this, you know. Yeah, that could work. That could work. Okay, let's put that to a mixer track. Mixer track 20. I add a EQ. I just, as you know, cut the lows. I might pull this up a bit. Got this delay pulled up as well. I've really been liking this LFO trance filter. Sounds crazy. Pulled up pan man as well, and I'm gonna just go with the pendulum pan. Keep the width pretty high and just turn the rate up. Okay, I'm liking that. Try to get another Vox as well. So I've gone ahead, I've made this pattern down here as well with this no Vox, and I just got it routed to the exact same mixer track. It sounds like this. I've gone ahead and I've automated that delay that we pulled up earlier. I feel like if I turn this automations off, it kind of goes for too long, so I just made it cut off shorter. So, and in the second half, I'm just going to pitch this main bit up a bit. Yeah, I like that. And for this little bit right here, I've got a Vox that I want to use. It's this one right here. I feel like it'll be mad fire, but as you can hear, it's out of key or whatever. So let me go put that in key quickly. Time stretcher, I think it's in key. Yeah, sounding crazy. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna split this by channel, and I'm just gonna sort of lay out the beat a little bit. Okay, this might look confusing. I know I've done a madness, but we've just got this main sort of element we started with. Then the chords and the little top line thing we made. Then obviously coming to this section, we've got the vocal things, the perk loop, and obviously the automation up here. We bring in the basses as well. This is sort of the drop, the kick. Added this little effect thing here to add tension once again. Add the drums. So it might look complicated, but I just stemmed it out and stuff. And this one last bit I do want to talk on. I know I added this weird Buddha Vox, and when that happens, I kind of just took out all the drums and stuff, which sounds like this. Kept in the percussion and the drums and just took out all the melodic parts. So I feel like it's something weird that Lancey and Fimiguerrero would probably use. Then just to build up to the drop, I added this effect and the car rev. A little bit corny, but in a lot of the Conglomerate beats, those kind of effects leading up to a drop, crazy wacky shit. So I thought I'd have fun with it, just add those 2 little effects. Let's listen to the final beat, bro. That's basically it. I mean, it's more of a jerk type of beat. I know there's a lot of different type of beats on this album, but for this one, I want to keep it simple. This is a placement beat. This is something they would probably get on if they ever heard it. Lancey, Fimi, anyone from the team, Len as well. If you hear it and you want to jump on it, send me a DM on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, you should all go follow me. My Instagram is Maxsta. I have it flash up on screen now. Going for 2.5k, I think. Kind of 500 away. But anyway, listen to the final beat. Let me know what you boys are thinking. Leave a comment down below. If you've watched this part in the video, comment. So yeah, let's get it, man.